I would like to take you on a journey with me. In this journey, we will reinterpret cleverness. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For most of my life, I never felt clever in the traditional sense. What do I mean by this? Clever in the traditional sense means being a straight A student, in essence, getting amazing grades. For this reason, I've always felt inferior to others. I kept working hard, but my teachers kept on telling me that in terms of the workload I handed in, I did the most, and therefore I was the most hardworking. Despite this, my IGCSE grades weren't the best. They weren't brilliant, nor were they horrible. They were okay. I got an A, 2 Bs, 4 Cs, a D, and an E. Upon getting these results, I felt a mixture of emotions: anger, embarrassment, confusion, but most of all, I felt like I'd let myself and everyone around me down. I had worked hard, but it had not amounted to anything. It was not shown in the grades that I got. Had I wasted hours upon hours revising when I could have just as well relaxed? In other words, would I have been more clever to have just not done any work during that time? Or was it clever of me to work hard and achieve my level best? Therefore, I asked myself a question then, which I pose to you today. What does cleverness really mean? Let's first consider who we might call a clever person. Would you consider a person who could solve the most complex math problems but cannot articulate them clever? Or a person who can teach spelling to little children but with perfect clarity? Let's refer to the standard definition. The first, according to the Oxford Dictionary, there are 3 definitions of clever. The first is intelligence. Intelligent means quick to learn, apply, or devise ideas. The next is talented. Talented means skilled at doing or achieving something. And the third is ingenious. Ingenious is showing intelligence or skill. But I want you to notice something. The first meaning of intelligent is about an ability or capacity to quickly understand something. The key word here is ability. So why then do we tend to reduce it down to the letters or numbers that we get in a piece of paper? Why do you only label someone as clever if they get a certain percentage on an exam? In ancient Greece, to see if someone was clever or intelligent, they would give them one question. And depending on how well they articulated and defended their answer, they could then join the job market. This was a time which was known for the greatest philosophers, mathematicians, architects, and thinkers. Ideas which were made then are still studied today. An example of this is Aristotle. He came up with the art of rhetoric. This is getting people to agree with your point of view, of how to be persuasive. We practice this art every day in debates, conversations, TED Talks, like this one. Therefore, one could interpret this as being clever, as you have made somebody who has an opposing point of view agree with you or see your side opinion. I therefore believe that cleverness means the thirst for knowledge which never diminishes, and to always be inquisitive. This is the tool that we need for survival in a new era, where change is the only constant. IQ is not the only measurement of cleverness. EQ is equally, if not more, important. Therefore, I think that we should incorporate 3 more subjects into our curriculum. These are relationships, working, and life. Let me explain. In the subject of life, we will learn how to live in harmony, how to be confident, how to defend religious and personal beliefs when scrutinized or bullied. We would also learn the different political and philosophical ideologies. We learn about taxes and voting as well. In the subject of relationships, we would learn about how to find and create loving relationships, friendships, and business associations, and develop new associations and sustain these for life, both old and new. In the subject of work, we would learn about the best jobs which suit our personality, careers in fields which interest us, and exploring career choices, hope, and what our contribution would be in these. In conclusion, therefore, I would like to expand on our common understanding of the word clever, of being clever, to include to being, but not limited to live meaningful lives together in society with people of diverse education, religion, culture, and traditions. I therefore believe that a clever society is a society where people learn, grasp, apply new ideas. They support this with our own need for the common good. They do so with key values. These values are tolerance, humility, and prosperity. Thank you.